Immigration is a very serious business. We all know that. But without humor, how can we survive in this world, right? So what we decided to do today, we collected 5 funny questions and provide 5 very serious answers. Why? Because any joke has a little seed of a seriousness. So let's dive into it. But before we do and read you 5 funny questions, I would like to tell you the joke. It will help you to understand what I mean by our funny questions. Imagine the patient with broken arms, all in cast, laying in bed, and the doctor visiting him. The new doctor, he doesn't know about the guy, anything. So he asked the guy how he is doing, and if he is okay, and if he has any questions. And the poor man, lying in bed with hands in cast, asked the doctor, "Doctor, if I am cured and I am out of the hospital, will I be able to play the piano?" The doctor said, "Of course, son, you will." And the guy looked at him with amusement and said, "Oh my God, I never played piano before." Isn't it funny? Of course, we have to understand what people doing in their life, where they're coming from, what happened in their life before we met them, before we judge what they can or cannot do. That's why let's dive into our 5 funny questions. Let's see what clients actually ask and how seriously we trying to assess any question we receive. So question number 1. Why do I have to list all my ex-wives and all children I ever fathered in my immigration application? Well, sounds kind of funny in terms of humor or maybe seriousness. Anyway, let me answer this question. By the way, all the questions are seriously delivered by you, our dear clients, and that's why we treat them very, very seriously. So, the answer to this question about ex-wives and all the children in your life is very critical. Why? Because if you don't, immigration will discover it somehow, maybe not right away, maybe later in life, when you're Canadian permanent resident, or maybe even a citizen, and they may question your application and your status even then, many years later. So, in this case, disclosure of all your relationship, all your legal statuses, all your children, is very serious matter. Imagine 5 years later, the person who you didn't mention in your application applying for Canadian immigration and mentioning you as former or existing relative, let's say biological father. What happened then? Well, immigration will say, hold on, you said you don't have any children, and apparently now you do, because we see that gentleman claiming that you are the father. Well, leaving all the internal family issues aside, we can definitely tell you that you will face legal problems. Another question. I paid for my work permit application once. Why should I pay for extension of this work permit? Well, really, why? Well, let's discover this. If you went to the restaurant and had dinner and enjoyed it and left, and next day you got a little bit hungry and decided to stop for lunch, will restaurants serve you lunch free just because you like the place and come back? Unlikely. They may give you some free dessert or some, free appetizer or free drink, depends on the time of the day. But is it free? Of course not. Any service that we provide or any legal advisor provide for that matter, of course it has to be paid, because the work and knowledge involved in update and guarantee for success of your case. Each case is separate. So, if you pay for something once, extension of it does not automatically means it's free and attached to original application. Keep in mind. Another question is very interesting. My child is studying in Canada, the client said. As their parent, can I automatically get a work permit? Well, I wish it would be that easy. Of course not. Every person assessed separately. Yes, study in Canada for your child, of course, play significant role in your application. You have to keep that in mind when you apply. You have to disclose it. But what happens after? Will you be automatically granted access to work market, employment market, job market here? Of course not. You have to have legitimate work permit to be able to work, or have a right to work during your, let's say you go to school yourself, let's say you go to university and your child goes to school, then situation can be different. You have right to work outside campus or on certain conditions, LMA free, or maybe do some work otherwise. So anyway, it's not automatic, it's not attached to your child permit. Definitely you have to apply for the proper visa, proper authorization yourself. So the answer is no. Another question. If I buy a house in Canada, does that mean I can get permanent residence? Nothing can be farther from the truth. By the way, because this question and consequences of misleading information that people can get online can bring financial disaster to your life, we answer seriously. Do not buy property in Canada unless you understand how you use that property. And do not buy property in Canada until you understand your immigration relations with this country. Otherwise, you will get in trouble. Well, leaving aside current moratorium on foreign buyers, you cannot buy property anyway, but people can do something through companies, through trusts, through partnership, through joint ownership. That kind of thing is possible. But again, be careful, because some real estate agents, remember, not immigration counsels, not immigration lawyers, but real estate agents promoting schemes where you can buy property and they charge you for that service, they grab your money, they help you to buy. What's next? Well, then you are on a hook, because you have a property, you invested some money, and even if you buy for cash, it does not help you to be closer to immigration. Okay? So, in many cases, even selecting the province in a wrong way can jeopardize your future immigration history. Imagine you bought property in a lovely city of Montreal. Well, that's a nice city. It's a nice place to be. Maybe a vacation property. But then you apply through Startup Visa program. And Startup Visa works everywhere in Canada. It's a federal program except Quebec. And then all of a sudden that property in Montreal will become an anchor that will sink your ship. Don't do that. Okay? Now, the last funny question, question number 5. If I give birth in Canada, will I automatically get citizenship because my child is Canadian? Well, leaving aside current crackdown on birth tourism, what people call it, I will tell you this. No, of course not. You're not getting automatic status, even permanent residency, not to mention citizenship, not even status otherwise granted for parents or grandparents if they sponsor it to Canada. But I guess you understand, your newborn cannot sponsor you to Canada yet, right? So that part is not disputable. Okay, now we have these 5 questions and we answer all of them with very sincere feeling for you, our dear clients. To conclude, let me tell you another joke. And if you're not tired of medical jokes, it's also from medical field. So there was a rumor around town that one lady who is a magician can read your eye and tell you everything about your body condition. Well, the gentleman, being very concerned about his age, about his condition, physical condition, of course, he went to that lady and asked for advice. Stay in line, got into office, and she immediately jumped on the right eye and started reading this story behind the eye and telling him horrible things. Oh my God, your heart is about to give up. Your blood pressure is out of charts. Oh my God, your kidney is about to give up. And the gentleman said, please look in the other eye, please. No, this is enough for me. I see everything. Oh my God, your kidney is about to explode. How you got here? You're almost dead person. And the gentleman finally said, can I say something? Can I say something, please? Look in the other eye, because this is a glass eye. I lost it 20 years ago. On a serious note, what we're trying to say, every joke has a little piece of truth and lesson for us, right? So, just like that charlatan reading your glass eye, sometimes people telling us that they ask for opinion and somebody told them this and that. And it's not true. Why? Because they don't know your background, they don't know your past, they don't know your present, and they don't care about your future. Be careful, and of course, take everything with the nice portion of humor. It will help you to survive. Of course, if you have a story you would like to share or question you would like to ask, leave a comment below. As always, like the video, share it with someone you think may benefit from this, subscribe to our channel, and stay safe by staying informed.